Also in the Midori Dreams Shawl is a single brioche stitch. I set my brioche stitch up a little bit differently when you're working the front and the wrong side for this pattern than some people are used to. I'm only using a brioche knit throughout the pattern on both the right side and the wrong side. And that just creates a slightly different look. They look about the same on each side, but it's not the same as what like a brioche knit and a brioche purl would look like if you were doing a more of that ribbing style look. But I do like the look of this, and it's also very simple and a great way for people to practice the brioche knit stitch and getting the setup started if it's your very first time. So I'm going to show you how we get started, the different steps in the setup rows that are in the pattern. So again, on your right hand side, you continue to maintain your increases. So we do our knit, yarn over, knit. And then on the next stitch, we're going to slip your next stitch, and then you're also going to do a yarn over. So a slip one yarn over, and then we're going to knit our next stitch. So again, slip your next stitch and yarn over at the same time, knit one. It's like you're adding a little hat or a cap to that stitch, and then that'll get resolved or worked on the wrong side once we get started. So again, slip one, yarn over, knit one. Now I'll show you doing this as if you were throwing your yarn. So bring your yarn to the front, slip your next stitch, carry it over the top, and then you will knit into your next stitch. So you have your slipped one yarn over and your knit stitch. Again, slip your next stitch, yarn over, and then knit one into your next stitch. Again, I am not very good at knitting English style to show that, so I apologize, but I hope that provides you with a good idea of how to do that. So when you get to your last two stitches, we'll do our knit, yarn over, knit for our increases, and then knit one. So we're done. So we have our little hat, our knit stitch, and then our slip one yarn over stitch. Now when we turn back to our wrong side, this is where we will begin our brioche knit. So we have our first stitch, we'll slip it, and then we'll do, since we did our increases on the other side, we do have to add a slip one yarn over onto this front side. So we do a knit one, slip one yarn over, and a knit one, and then another slip one yarn over. And then now you come to your slip one yarn over from the previous side, your right side. This we will brioche knit or bark, where we knit the two together, and that begins to create the brioche stitch. So slip one yarn over, brioche knit or bark, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, brioche knit. Now I'll try to show this to you English style. So slip one yarn over, and then brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and brioche knit. Do that once more. Slip one yarn over, brioche knit, and a slip one yarn over, brioche knit. So back to continental style, and then you'll just continue this till you get to your last 4 stitches. Checking to see where I'm at. So we have another brioche knit here, and then we will do a slip one yarn over, knit one, slip one yarn over, knit one. So turn back to our right side, and then on this next row we will just work our slip-on yarn overs, and our brioche knits. So we'll slip our first stitch. We already have a slip-on yarn over here, so then we brioche knit, slip-on yarn over, brioche knit, slip-on yarn over, brioche knit, slip-on yarn over, brioche knit. And then we continue in that manner to the end of this row. And then we'll repeat the same pattern or knit pattern on the wrong side. So we'll flip back to our wrong side here, and then I'll do this English style for the most part. So slip one, and then we'll brioche knit, slip one, yarn over, and then brioche knit. Slip your one, yarn over, brioche knit. I apologize if this looks really awkward. Like I've said, I'm just not the best English style knitter. I'm a good picker. Yarn over, and then knit. Slip one, yarn over, brioche knit. And then we'll continue in that manner to the end of the row. Now, for our next row, we're gonna work a brioche increase. So on this next right side, we're gonna do a brioche increase. We slip our first stitch, and then in this next stitch, we're gonna brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So it's similar to the knit, yarn over, knit, but we're brioche, we go in and we bark into this single stitch here. So we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and then you brioche knit all the way to the end. Slip one yarn over, bark, slip one yarn over, bark. You continue with that to your last two stitches, and then we're getting there. So slip one yarn over, bark. It really becomes rhythmic after you do this for a while, and it's not as hard as it can sometimes look on paper. So we get to our last bark here, and then we just have two stitches left, a knit and a knit stitch. So on this opposite end, we do just use our standard knit, yarn over, knit, and then we knit our last stitch. Now to resolve all of this, to continue in the brioche pattern, on the wrong side, we will slip our first stitch, and we need to do a little bit of a setup. So we knit one, slip one yarn over, knit one, slip one yarn over, and then we're at a brioche knit. So we're already at a slip one yarn over. So then we brioche knit here, slip one yarn over, bark, slip one yarn over, bark, and continue in this manner until we reach our last four stitches of this row. So here we're getting to our last four stitches, and we just did a bark. So then we'll want to slip one yarn over, knit one, slip one yarn over, and then knit one. And now all of your stitches are set up for brioche knitting, and so then you will continue as you have in pattern. So you slip your first stitch, we're going to brioche knit, and then slip one yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, and then you just continue in this manner throughout the pattern, following the instructions. And my friends, if you've never brioched before, you are now, and you get those lovely little puffy, yummy stitches there in the pattern. So have fun.